towns, but they've found some common ground. So, Olga, please share us your experience. How come that you live in a city that is daily threatened? How come that you're managing to develop relations with foreign partners from Paris, France? It's a great pleasure of mine to represent my territorial community, Hromada. Our Hromada is definitely located pretty close to the touch line, the front line where the Russian troops were situated, and the distance in between us and the captured territory was only 5 to 7 kilometers. In spring, we were constantly shelled by the enemy. But let me tell you a few words about our community. Our territorial community was created during the first wave of decentralization in 2015. There are 4 settlements that got amalgamated: Zelenodolsk and 3 villages, as you can see on the slide. The territory is, you can see it on the slide information, the population is 16.5 thousand of people. It used to be, before the war started, the population had been about 18,000 people, 18. So we were quite a powerful community. We used to be one, and we had quite ambitious plans about our development and moving towards the improving of the local infrastructure. The community currently has quite a diverse industry, and there's a Krivoriska power plant, there are green energy solar park, and we also have agriculture Ibulon company, and we've got lots of lands that is used by the agro companies to grow plants and everything else. So this was what we had been planning to head for, and there were plans of the city council to create a town good for everyone, the city of energetic people, and the city of sun energy. Though the 24th of February last year is something that we will remember once and for all. For 8 months, we had been constantly shelled, MLRS, different types of artillery, and the infrastructure was partially destroyed to the ground. 83% of the entertainment facilities were destroyed. 54% of educational facilities were destroyed, and this is one of the high schools in Vilkostroma was directly hit, and this high school can no longer be used for education. So rebuilding of this high school is a top priority for us, and we're looking for potential investors and to rebuild this high school. This high school was a school at Velika Kostromka village. It was a high school and junior high school, and served as elementary school and even kindergarten. Ever since the war started, there were 2 kindergarten. Before the war, there were 2 kindergarten departments, and it was equipped with everything, and children from 3 to 6 were meant to have access to good education. Currently, unfortunately, this is no longer possible because the building is ruined. About 20% of households got destroyed. I'm talking about the private flats and private houses and flats in multi-story buildings. And the very town of Zelenodolsk, there are 105 multi-flats houses. 64 got damaged to different degree, and our town last year was called the window plastic town, because all the windows got broken and the plastic was used instead of glass in the window panes. So we did everything possible. We worked with charitable funds, we worked with international governmental and non-governmental organizations to help the people. And in winter, we started winterizations with window panes, no plastic, and rebuild roofs. And today a lot of problems that have got to do with the houses, but a lot of work has already been done, and we trying to rebuild our infrastructure and the buildings of our communal, like schools and hospitals and everything. We're trying to rebuild those. Some sad statistics about people wounded and killed because the greatest damage is not roads or houses damaged. The lives of the people lost is the great sorrow. 62 civilians got wounded. Out of them, 4 children got wounded. 18 people got killed in our community, including one child. So this is a very sad story. There was a mother with 2 children, twins. They were out on the street, and there was a daylight. She was going home. They were going home, and they got shelled. One child got wounded. The other child was killed, unfortunately. So this is the statistics that we have, and the companies that used to be in our territory also got damaged. And we're talking about the New Bolon company. You see that it's transportation, grain transportation line got damaged. The fires caused by shelling at the Kryvyi Rih thermal power plant, but the professionals did everything despite constant shelling. The city did have hot water supplied and heat supplied. So those are the true heroes, people working in that power plant. Almost 90% of solar panels got damaged and destroyed. Fires destroyed 70 hectares of land. 33 hectares are the agricultural lands. That's why the war in the territory of our community did a lot of bad, and the plans that we used to have prior to the 24th of February had got to be readjusted to the new reality, and we need to rethink everything that we will do in the future.
Other than ourselves being shelled, we were the only bridge between the occupied Kherson Oblast with the liberated territories. So during this time, we had over 2,000 refugees from the Kherson Oblast going through it. The pain and desperation is intense. They were wearing whatever they could take with them. We received people, provided them with first aid, medical, psychological, fed them, provided them with temporary housing, helped them move to safer places. Part of these people moved on, of course, but today we receive internally displaced persons. We have about 1,200 such people registered only through the central administrative service provision points. We understand that there are more people like this actually, and this is mostly people from the neighboring Kherson Oblast because we are the territory that preserved their infrastructure. We weren't occupied, but we were almost isolated, and during 2 months there was no opportunity to provide us even with the primary, most important goods. Talking about today, of course, we understand that rebuilding people's houses and rebuilding the quality of life of people in our territory is our goal number one. That's why when we cooperate with international partners, with international funds, first of all, we choose the directions of the reconstruction of the energy infrastructure of the city. We want to rebuild the kind of infrastructure which would be modern, energy efficient, which would be energy independent, so using renewable energy in healthcare facilities, education facilities is our primary goal, and building water supply infrastructure as well. We talked about this even before the 6th of June, before the tragedy, the terror act on the Kakhovka hydroelectric station. And back then, the system required significant repairs, but after the ruination, after the terrorist act, there's no other way to put it, under the Kokadem, uh, the meeting, the same situation is in our community today. The territory of our community requires reconstruction and the improvement of the water supply situation. The Marinske settlement today has no drinking water. People have no opportunity of centralized water supply at all. We are working on trucking water to them, trucking bottled water to them. We brought around reservoirs for technical water for people to be able to fill it, of course. This does not resolve the issue. That's why we're working on finding underground waters, and for that we need to conduct geological surveys. We need to find new systems of water supply to provide people with water. And we had significant damage to the sports base, and that's why when we only started our work on partnership, we presented the fact that children are the future of our nation, of our community, and that's why the creation of preconditions for children's development is exceedingly important for us. So we review considering it as one of the partnership aspects, because we had the city, our city stadium damaged, the sport complex, we damaged the rowboat sport base was damaged for us, and also the creation of a center for servicemen and women rehabilitation, because the Armada has buildings which could be rebuilt for centers for placing servicemen and women and to rebuild their improve their health. It's in a very beautiful place in the park, so we profile this. So we propose this building to be used to construct a center for servicemen and women rehabilitation, and we've brought these projects to France. We've taken them with us in the small French town which was mentioned today, together with the Association of Ukrainian Cities. Thank you very much to the association who, together with the Association of French Cities, was conducive to our visit. The three Ukrainian cities, Zelenodolsk, Apostolov, and Korostin, visited French and could meet their partners. Bourges, this was a partner of Korostin, Apostolov, and Reshelen. Our community went to Som, and I was really impressed with the meeting, the degree to which our partners really care about our problems, how ready they are to help us, to act with us together. And only this morning I came in, and when opening my mail, I see a message from our partners when there's a proposal to provide us with a water truck to immediately resolve the issue, which for us is very important. So I'm very thankful that this is just the first step for our cooperation. Then we will have following steps for our joint cooperation, and I expect a long-term partnership with the French municipality. And I think that partnership will be there. Other than cooperating with the French city, we work with other territories. We are currently in the stage of creating a partnership with another town. We are only meeting with our partners from that other city, and we're also on the stage of signing a Twin Cities agreement with the Polish city of Sharona, and we would like to thank all of the European nations which opened their doors for us, opened their hearts to us, and help us, and are willing to help us in rebuilding the damaged infrastructure. And of course, without the Association of Ukrainian Cities, this wouldn't be able to be implemented. So thank you very much. Thank you, Olga.